Hey guys, doing a quick vacation workout for you today. Since they're my favorite, we're starting with squats. So you're down and up, feet are just wider than the hips, trying to stay nice and parallel. You'll see we have a couple of extra helpers in my video today. A big thank you to Jeremy and Debbie, and we'll be going through some variations as well today. So we're starting just with 10 squats into 10 little pulses. Chest is lifted, collarbone is wide, making sure you're breathing, weight is in the heels, knees are behind the toes. From there, we're just coming down to a plank hold. If the back is feeling tight, you do have the options here to bring your knees down for that plank. If the wrists are feeling funky, you could come down onto the elbows instead. We're holding this for about 5 deep breaths, belly button toward the spine, back of the neck long, shoulders away from the ears. Make sure those ribs are closing, sliding down. Long line from crown of the head all the way down through the feet. After you've taken about 5 nice big deep breaths, we're going to gently come back up to that standing position. From there, we're going to take a squat with a heel raise. If the heel raise isn't happening or if those ankles are feeling wobbly, you can keep your regular squat. Hands can come into prayer in front of you, or if you feel like you want a little extra counterbalance, those arms can sweep forward as you squat down. As you come up onto those heels, you're keeping the weight over the big and second toe. Once you've done 10, you come right back down for 10 little pulses, because that gives just that extra little burn, right? Trying to get into those legs quickly since it's vacation. From there, you're sitting down. We're getting into a boat pose. Option 1, legs float, shins parallel to the ceiling. Option 2, hands behind the thighs. Option 3, fingertips back behind you. Any of these options are fine. You do the one that feels best for you. You hold for about 5 deep breaths, so you can play around with those arm options. You'll see each of us is taking a different option here in case you want that visual. Shoulders are still relaxing. And once you're done with those 5 deep breaths, you come back up. Now from here, we're getting into a curtsy squat. So you're stepping back, keeping the weight in the heel. That front leg, we're still keeping that knee behind the toes. So we are having to hinge those hips back a little bit, making sure we're protecting the ankle joint, protecting the knee. And because we're alternating from side to side, we're going to have 20 of these. You can think 10 sets or 20 singles. Right? If you tend to lose count like I do sometimes, I prefer to count it as singles so that I can keep my mind on track. But total personal preference there. Shoulders are still relaxing. You'll feel a little extra side glute kicking in. Making sure you're breathing. If the hips are feeling tight, you don't have to get down as low. We're going to come back to that plank position here. And now we're going to add a jog with those knees. Again, if the back is feeling tight, you could just have the knees down and hold a plank again. And if the wrists are feeling funky, you can take this jog on the elbows. We're trying to keep the hips as stable as possible. There will be a little bit of movement here. Once you've done those, we have 20 singles for that. Again, we're going to stand back up. We have more squats because they're the best. Adding a little side abduction here. So squeezing through those abductors as we come up from that squat. Again, 10 sets or 20 singles. I usually count it as 20 singles so that I don't lose track. Trying to stay as parallel as possible with that leg as it sweeps to the side. Belly button still toward the spine, shoulders are still relaxed. Heart rate should be getting up a little bit more here. Again, you can always adjust the depth of your squat if the hips are feeling tight or if we have any knee pain, but making sure the weight stays in those heels. We're going to come back down, getting back into that boat pose. If you have a tailbone that tends to be a little sensitive here, you can see where there's an option to slide back onto the elbows. That allows you to go back a little more so you're not balancing right on that coccyx. So know that that is an option if the tailbone's feeling funky in this. From there, we're alternating one leg and the other leg. You can see there's still an option for fingertips behind you or arms floating. Any of these are fine. You're going to take 20 singles or 10 sets, and that is your quick vacation workout. I hope you guys enjoyed.